What's up, guys? Welcome to the very first episode of Wolfe Gets Wrecked. I'm Wolfe, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm a competitive VGC player. So this is my 6th year playing VGC competitively. I started in 2011 when I was a freshman in high school, and I'm just stuck with it. Yeah, I've had like a lot of amazing memories. I really love VGC as a game, and I really love the Pokemon community. So yeah, for those of you who haven't figured it out, I am starting a YouTube. Yes, the video is probably what you'd expect it to imply. Yeah, and I'm actually really excited for this. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time, and now I'm actually doing it. So I'm like super open to constructive criticism. I obviously don't really know what I'm doing because this is brand new. So yeah, if you have feedback, please go ahead and give it to me. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So for those of you who aren't super familiar with this is the team that I used to get first at the Florida Regional Championships last weekend, I believe it was. I really like this team a lot. There are some changes I'd make if I brought it to another tournament now, but it's a solid team. I really like Dialga, and we are playing a guy from Tokyo, Japan, so that's pretty cool. As you may have noticed, my ranking has been reset because when I restarted the game, when I started the game with the capture card, I had to reset my ranking, but that's alright. This is a clean start. We're going to try to get to the top of the ladder. So this guy has Groudon, Yveltal, Salamence, Liepard, Thundurus, and Ferrothorn for those of you who can't see the screen. Or maybe don't know what the mini sprites look like. That's alright. So like as we can see, he's got Leopard, Thundurus as prankster users, he's got Yveltal and Salamence as birds, he's got Groudon as dinosaurs, and his Ferrothorn is green. So his type synergy is pretty good, and by type synergy I mean color synergy. He's got red, blue, and green, he's got yellow. The two black Pokemon, darker Pokemon, like he probably could have, I guess Leopard's purple. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, looking at this team, I can see I'm probably going to want Kyogre because Groudon is kind of a pain. I'm also going to need Dialga because the only fire move I have on the team is on my Dialga. And so Dialga's definitely coming, which means I have Dialga and Kyogre. I'm bringing both my restricted Pokemon, and I'm gonna want Thundurus here definitely up front. That's the first thing that I'm gonna see because he's got Leopard, he's got Yveltal, he's got his own Thundurus, and he's got Salamence. And so we can probably expect some kind of Leopard lead here, which is a pain. But my Thundurus actually will outspeed his Leopard. So the only thing here is we need to figure out what we're gonna lead next to the Thundurus, and I think I'm going to go ahead and I think Landorus has to be the last Pokemon here, and I'm out of time, so we're just going to go ahead and click some buttons. Beep, 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 beep. Wow, alright. And that is an excellent start to the very first episode. So, I led with Dialga because I don't want to have them doubling up into my freaking Landorus because it can't protect. I brought Landorus because my team has a slight Thundurus issue, so with the Choice Band on Landorus with the Rock Slide, I can definitely threaten some stuff. Okay, so this is actually a perfect lead. I couldn't have asked for a better situation here, because yeah, that's just kind of tough for him to play against, but of course I'm sure he still has a good shot. So Salamence is intimidating, goes first before Dark Aura, so we know that Salamence outspeeds Yveltal, which isn't a huge surprise. Now, because this is a low ladder, and because my opponent is 15-1, I can't just assume that he has Protect on everything. I think if he were like very, 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 very highly ranked, I would expect a Protect from Salamence or a Switch Out, and then a Snarl from Yveltal. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and launch a Thunder Wave at Yveltal. That'll let me put in a situation where my Landorus, my Thundurus, my Dialga, and my Kyogre can all outspeed it later. My Thundurus already outspeeds it, but yeah. So, and I'm gonna go ahead and protect Dialga just in case he goes for a Snarl. He could have predicted that. He could, there's a good chance I could lose my Thundurus here if he uses like Snarl and Draco Meteor, but I still prefer the position I gained from. Okay, yeah. So Salamence uses Protect, kind of like what I was expecting, and my Dialga's gonna go for Protect as well, which is perfect. Like that's totally fine by me. And that just leaves Thundurus free to use Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave's a good move. For obvious reasons. I don't need to tell you why. Thunder Wave is a good move. So yeah, Yveltal's going to go ahead and be paralyzed. Sorry, Yveltal. No Lumberry, and there's the Snarl like I expected. So Snarl from Yveltal actually is going to do a lot of damage because he gets Dark Aura and Stab boosted, but thankfully I'm not going to be KO'd by that. So, okay. He's got Salamence, he's got Yveltal. We can probably expect Groudon, and so he probably didn't bring Leopard in the back, so his last mon has to be either Ferrothorn or Thundurus. So I think there's like a pretty good chance that his last mon is actually Ferrothorn. So I think we're going to go ahead and be dumb here. We're going to go ahead and launch a Thunder Wave at the Salamence, and I'm really tempted to use Flamethrower, to be honest, because, yeah, that's like, I don't know. But you know what, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go for the Dragon Pulse here because it's not really worth the risk. And in that case, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and switch my Thundurus to my Landorus as well. I'm gonna go ahead and get Landorus in because I don't really want to lose my Thunder Discipline just yet, and I'm gonna launch a Dragon Pulse with the Salamence. So he could switch to Ferrothorn, yeah. That's probably switch to Ferrothorn, but I'm still okay with my position here because I've got Flamethrower on Dialga. Yeah, and I need to get rid of the Yveltal to be honest because it's a pain. I've also preserved my Thundurus for late game Thunder Wave because we know he has Salamence in the back. So also being able to outspeed both his Pokemon is pretty nice here. So yeah. Go ahead and see what goes on. Dragon Pulse launching. Yeah. I don't think it was smart to go for the Flamethrower there with like so much like variability. And that's just a fair amount actually. Okay. And so we don't actually lose anything this turn, which is pretty cool. Okay, cool. So I think I'm tempted just to go for a Rock Slide here. Rock Slide's gonna go ahead and maximize my chances for getting something good. Like, it's gonna do decent damage to the Yveltal. He can switch in his Salamence, or he can switch in what's likely his Groudon, but I don't think he really gains that much into doing so. Especially because my Dialga can live any ground move from Groudon unless it gets a crit. So, yeah, we're in a situation now where I feel pretty comfortable with the game. I'm just gonna go ahead and use Flamethrower the Ferrothorn because Dialga doesn't always carry Flamethrower, so there's a chance. Okay. There's a chance I could have gotten the KO, but I didn't. So this guy actually is pretty good. I'm like pretty impressed with his play. I think his play deserves to be a lot higher than 1501 or whatever it was, but that's what you get. I hope this isn't weakness policy. I should have thought about that. Okay, not weakness policy. Like, Rock Slide is over 50%, and there's the flinch. Now he's in a pretty tough position because he can't really switch into his Salamence, so he could switch in his Groudon, but even yeah, I guess the Groudon switch would be pretty good. Shoot, okay, so now we have to play the game. I definitely think Rock Slide's my best move. He can double switch out, but his Salamence doesn't really want to take a ton of damage from Rock Slide, so he could get Groudon in here. I don't think that's a bad move. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and he switched out once. This is pretty risky, but I've played pretty standard so far, so I think I'm going to launch a Dragon Pulse with Ferrothorn. It could backfire, but because Ferrothorn's at -1, I think in the worst case here I get intimidated. And in the best case I pick up some big damage on something frustrating. So, okay, something's coming back in. It's Salamence, so hopefully... Oh, and he's protected. Okay, cool. So, definitely a solid move. Unfortunately, I decided to call this, but yeah, with the Rock Slide connecting and Dragon Pulse also connecting, this should be easy money! Yeah, wow, this is definitely... This guy's, like, definitely got a cool something. Yeah. So Salamence is kind of a bird. He also, like, I feel bad because, like, Salamence, like, he folds in his arms, but, like, I don't know, I don't feel like it's probably that comfortable. I've never like tried to fly with my glider and while like folding in my arms, but yeah, I don't imagine it's very nice. Yeah. So okay, this is an interesting situation. Groudon pulled Red Orb, which is pretty unique. I guess maybe he likes the look of Primal Groudon better. Like I guess it kind of looks cooler. I kind of prefer regular Groudon because I think Primal Groudon looks a little goofy, but to each their own. So I'm actually gonna do something really dumb here, and I'm gonna go ahead and use Rock Slide again, and because I have Kyogre in the back, because I know his last launch of Ferrothorn and Groudon, excuse me, I'm really tempted to go for the Rock Slide and the Flamethrower here into the Yveltal. Because if I can get a KO here, which I'm guaranteed to do as long as Rock Slide hits and as long as Dialga lives one of the attacks, then my Kyogre, his Groudon can't switch out for the rest of the game. My Kyogre can pretty much come in and sweep. It's going to be better here if he switches in Ferrothorn. But, oh, well, that's not ideal. Ripperoni pepperoni. That does decent damage, but actually that's not that decent damage. So Yveltal's gone, and so is my pride and my credibility. Oh, come in.
Can I interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah.
If you pick Max to Bethesda, please get gas.
Okay.
Fill it up.
Yeah.
If for some reason he doesn't go to Bethesda, would you just have a car down before 2?
Yeah.
At the studio,
Absolutely,
right?
that's totally fine.
Alright, see you later.
Bye, Mom. This episode brought to you by Mama Glick. So yeah, ooh, I still have lots of time. Okay, so Thundurus is coming in, and I'm going to protect the Dialga because, yes, because this is what I want to do, and because Thundurus is dead weight at this point because it has no, its only attacking move is Thunderbolt, so it's not going to be able to do much damage here, and Taunt and Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave, you can't paralyze Groudon, you don't want to paralyze Ferrothorn, and then Taunt is cool, but it's not needed here. Like, I can pretty much clean up this game. Like, if I get Dialga next to Landorus here, I have telepathy on my Dialga, so it'll just clean up the game. So, Gyro Ball, hopefully this KOs. I don't think it will, but, yeah, that's okay. That's quite alright. Okay, so, I'm just gonna go ahead and use Taunt here on the Groudon. The game should be pretty much over, because like I said, he can't stop. Like, the only way that I think, like, I have a feasible way of losing this is if, he somehow ends up in a situation where, like, I can't get Dialga and Landorus in the field at the same time, because Earthquake from Landorus will KO the Groudon. I have Telepathy, and Flamethrower from the Dialga will KO the Ferrothorn. So, and because Landorus is guaranteed down speed for Primal Groudon, because I know the item, because I know Groudon's base speed, I feel pretty good about this game. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and use Taunt here on the Groudon so that I can prevent it from protecting in the future. Because stopping the protect will mean that I mean, it's just like, it makes things a little easier. Taunt's coming up, so he didn't protect, so he could power whip me here. I also wouldn't be surprised to see, okay, I wouldn't have been super surprised to see an Eruption, but that was a good move. So Earth Power's can do a little bit of damage to the Kyogre, special defense drop. I'm not super worried about that. Gyro Ball hopefully will take out my Thundurus. Oh no! Ah! Okay, that's okay. This guy, I guess he doesn't care about Thundurus. So I'm gonna go for Taunt on the Ferrothorn here, and I'm gonna go ahead and use Scald on the Groudon, and hopefully that should pretty much seal this one up. Even if I lose Kyogre here, because of the special defense drop, I'm not totally sure how much Earth Power will do. But it doesn't really matter either way. Rip. So yeah, gonna go ahead and Taunt the Ferrothorn. No Mental Herb. Oh, and he goes Precipice Blaze. I actually think Earth Power would have been better there because of my EV spread, but we will find out. So I'm gonna go ahead and survive that with 26 HP. I don't really need to read this to you. You guys can read. So yeah, Scald. Goodbye, Groudon. It's nap time. It's big storm in Wolfland, and yeah, Gyro Ball is gonna come out. Hopefully takes out my Kyogre. Ah! Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. No, don't worry about it. No, it's fine. It's fine. Thundurus didn't want to fight anyway. Dialga's coming in here. I'm just gonna, you know what's gonna happen. Maybe he is Akaberry. I haven't seen that item, but I'd be more tempted to believe it's Lum. So, good game to my opponent. Solid team. Actually, yeah, his play was really solid. That was unfortunate about, it's always hard to predict when you're fighting somebody who's in the 1500 range, because sometimes they're very, very good and they have a good team, and you're okay, these guys are just starting out, they'll be better soon. But sometimes they're not as good, and they're just it's the old mind game where they never protect. So yeah, good game. No Akaberry, Okaberry, however you want to pronounce it, and Flamethrower picks up the KO. So yeah, solid game. Yeah, I don't know. GG. Yeah, that was a cool team though. Yveltal is something that Matt Coyle's been using as of late to do. He got second in the Premier Challenge at Florida. He got second at Regionals, and he might have gotten first if his flight didn't have to leave. And then he won a mid-season showdown just yesterday. So Yveltal, look out for it. It's a cool mon. It's got a lot of potential. So we're gonna do one more battle, and I don't know. Hopefully, ooh, do we want to use in party? In party? Darn. Okay, I guess we'll use the battle box. Yeah. Yes. Challenge. I use music 10 because that's the Reggie music, and I am the Reggie trainer. So, yes. I like Kyogre. It's blue. I thought about it, and I like the way that the rain looks on the field versus the sun. I like Primordial Sea, the rain that it causes, the actual animation, more than I like the look of the sun. Because the rain is ooh, I'm Kyogre, I'm moody, I don't know. But the sun is just, I don't know, it's just straightforward, man. Simeon! Nice to meet ya! Okay, Simeon. 1557. That's cool. Oh my god. Whimsicute. So this is a dual primal team. You guys can see that. I need Dialga because he's got 3 fire weaknesses and Scissor. I don't need Dialga, I guess. I can get by without it. Salamence is coming. Alright, I think I need to do Salamence, Thundurus. Ooh, but Ferrothorn would be good too. Okay. Salamence needs to come. I could leave Dialga on the bench. Yeah, I think I better do that. Yeah, okay. So we're going Salamence, Thundurus, because Salamence is a bird, and we like birds. I really like Ferrothorn here. He's got basically nothing. He's got Groudon to hit it, which is, more than enough. But other than Groudon, his Kangaskhan can hit it. But the fact that Ferrothorn ignores Whimsicott ignores Amoonguss's redirection and Spore, and the fact that it really does a good job threatening Whimsicott with super effective Gyro Ball, and the fact that it more or less walls Scissor, especially because Leech Seed off. I have to watch for Swords Dance, which I think we can expect, but yeah, and it also does a really good job versus Kyogre. So yeah, these are the 4 I'm bringing. Salamence is good. It's super effective flying type moves, threaten Whimsicott and Amoonguss. I also really like having Intimidate in almost every battle. It's rare that I'm not going to bring a Pokemon with Intimidate because I like that it slows down the opponent. I like Salamence versus Kangaskhan, and I like Hyper Voice versus Groudon unless they have Hidden Power Ice. But hopefully this guy doesn't have it. So he's going to go Whimsicott and Kangaskhan. That's a really solid lead. Yeah. I think I like my lead matchup here, but this is gonna be not a huge turn one, but like if I can predict what he's gonna do, I can get Ferrothorn in for free here, and that would be very nice. So yeah, if I were him, I would fake out. I don't know, who would I fake out? So Kangaskhan is pretty threatening to pretty threatened by my Salamence, so Whimsicott, like I don't think he wants to take Hyper Voice, but he also really doesn't want to get paralyzed. So I'm gonna go ahead and I like having Salamence in the back because Salamence is pretty cute, and I like to reuse Intimidate. And I'm gonna launch a Thunder Wave at this Whimsicott because I think what we can probably expect is a fake out Tailwind turn 1. There's a chance he could switch out his Kangaskhan to like Primal Groudon or Kyogre and use Tailwind, but I don't think that's super likely. I hope not at least. And so now we're just gonna use the all. I hope I played this one right card, and hope he goes for fake out or some attack on my Salamence. Though I wouldn't be super surprised if he didn't, because Thundurus is also a huge pain for him. So let's see. Fake out onto Ferrothorn. Cool. So that's gonna do a bit of damage. I shouldn't, because I have leftovers on my Ferrothorn, I'm not gonna take a ton of damage here. But I will appreciate that residual damage that recoil damage that Iron Barbs does. That'll make it easier to KO later. Now we're gonna see. Okay. Ooh! Ooh! Easy money! Wow! That was rude. That was so rude. Wow! Wow! This guy thinks he's slick, man. This guy thinks he's slick. This guy's pretty slick. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. You know what? I'm not worried. I'm a little worried. Damn. Okay. Okay, we'll call that a neutral turn. We'll call that a nice, happy neutral turn. So I can Thunderbolt the Kangaskhan, but I don't want to get low kicked, and I really don't want to get fire punched. I can get Mence back in here. I can talk about what I'm gonna do and then run out of time. So I think I'm just gonna pick something. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Thunderbolty onto Kangaskhan and hope he goes for a low kick, because otherwise we might be in some deep trouble, boy. So yeah, Mence is back in. Whimsicott, disrespectful, very disrespectful. Taunting my poor Thundurus. Protect! Okay, we take those. So we've seen Protect and Taunt. We can probably expect Encore and probably Tailwind, but the fact that he didn't use Tailwind yet, he might have been afraid of Ferrothorn. So Thunderbolt's gonna come out, do some big damage. Okay. It's Drain Punch. It's Drain Punch. Okay. Alright, that Kangaskhan. That Kangaskhan is hungry. Yummy. It's healing some HP. That's silly. Okay. Drain Punch. That's cool. Yeah, I feel pretty good about the situation. I'd feel better if my Thundurus had paralyzed that Whimsicott, because I've substituted my Salamence, as you can now see very clearly. I need to get rid of that Whimsicott. I think I'm just going to go, I don't like Whimsicott at all, because I want to be able to paralyze stuff later, so I'm actually, ordinarily I'd be tempted to not Mega Evolve and switch out again, but I think I want to get rid of this Whimsicott, especially given the fact that it just protected. So, Salamence is gonna go ahead and turn into poor Salamence. Okay, yeah, like Game Freak is like, yeah, I'm gonna give these Pokemon Mega Evolutions. Like, I'm really nice. I'm Game Freak. Look at me. I'm the best, right? But then like nobody ever asks the Pokemon what they want, right? Like, because when you think about Salamence, like Salamence started off as a Vagon, right? Like all Salamence wanted was to be able to fly, and I don't know, like that's like pretty cool. And so he's able to fly, and he's like, okay, not only am I able to fly, I also have legs, right? I also have arms. I sound Mega Salamance's legs, right? And Game Freak comes in and is like, oh, Salamence, like, we want you to change. Like, you're not good enough for us. So, I don't know. I think that's kind of upsetting. Poor Salamence. Look, he's got no arms! He's got no arms at all! That's really upsetting. Oh, he encored me? That is also upsetting. Hey! Easy money. Yeah. So, long story short, I feel kind of bad for Salamence. He hasn't got any arms anymore. He didn't he didn't want to change, you know? Everyone liked Salamence as he was. Salamence was really cool. Now he's Mega Evolved, like, so what? So what? Like, at what cost, you know? Like, the cost of your arms. I don't know. I wouldn't give up my arms to Mega Evolve. You know, he's probably like, oh, I'm so cramped, like, I haven't got any space. Okay, this guy's got double Primal. This guy thinks he's so tough. He's so tough. Am I still taunted? Does it matter? Ah! What a drag. Okay. Okay. This guy's pretty tough. Man, okay. So back in my rant's over. Back in Gen freaking 5, I think. If a Pokemon was Encored, you hit Fight, and you didn't get to choose a target. And I don't remember if that's still the case, to be totally, completely, 100%, 1,000,000% honest with you. He doesn't have Tailwind, right? No, he Encored me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can choose the target. Hey! That's nice. That's very nice. So yeah, Thundurus uses Thunderbolt. I don't want to switch into a Water Spout here, and I don't want to lose my Salamence, so that's why I'm going for Thunderbolt here. He could Protect, but even if he does Protect, I'll double into it next turn with Double Edge. Okay, yeah. So next turn I have a free shot with Double Edge Thunderbolt, which again puts myself in a. I have to watch out for that freaking. It's probably Rock Slide. Ah! Oh my God! Okay. That's silly. Okay, in that case, I'm not ready to lose my Salamence. I'm gonna get Thundurus down. I'm gonna sack Thundurus and get in Ferrothorn. That's so silly, man. He could have used Rock Slide if he had Rock Slide. What's wrong with Rock Slide? What's wrong with Hidden Power Ice? Oh, this isn't gonna do a ton of damage. This is little damage. It's little damage. Oh, sorry. Hacks. I hacks are disrespect. Oh, that poor guy. I hope he uses Dragon Claw. I hope he really mad. Ooh, he read me. He was like, nah, like that Ferrothorn coming in. I'm not using whatever the heck my attack is called. So my Ferrothorn's min speed here. Back to serious mode. My Ferrothorn is min speed here, which means I think his Kyogre has to attack before my Ferrothorn does. So that's kind of a drag. But I shouldn't have paralyzed him in the first place, so that's right. In this situation, I'm tempted to just go Water Spout, Power Whip, but I can also use Power Whip. But I think Water Spout, Power Whip is nicer. Maybe he'll use Thunder Punch. Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool. I hope he uses Thunder Punch. Man, Dragon Claw Groudon, not what I was expecting, but definitely a cool move. Maybe he'll use Sheer Cold Kyogre. That would be a pain. I would lose it. Man, if this is Sheer Cold Kyogre, I'm gonna be upset. Simeon! 0 eggs. How does he get Kyogre and Groudon if he doesn't hatch any eggs, man? Think about that. Think about that. He's got Kyogre and Groudon, he's got 20 straight wins. That's not that much. Oh, I have 0 points. Never mind. Okay. Oh, okay. 0 points, 0 points. How do I do this? Yeet. He's thinking. He's like, I gotta think. This is thinking time. And he's right, it is thinking time. It is thinking time indeed. I don't know. I think Primal Groudon looks kind of goofy. What do you guys think? Oh, and he has no speed. That's it. I'm sorry, dude. You can't win them all. Or you? Wow. So that wasn't what I was expecting. Thunder! Oh my God! That's big damage if I ever saw it. Para? Oh, hacks. Okay, so I hit my Power Whip. That's the end of Kyogre. That poor Kyogre. Because if he hadn't been paralyzed, he could have used Thunder. I guess. My play would have been different. It doesn't matter. But yeah. Rip to poor Kyogre. Rip to my Kyogre. How much do you think Drain Punch does? Because I don't know. At all. Probably not that much. I can just, I'm just not going to drag this out. I have Salamence in the back. I don't think it really has an out to stop it. So this should clean up the game, unless Drain Punch heals a lot more than I expect. But, ooh! I wonder if this KOs. Nah, it's not going to KO. Ooh! Hey! Easy money. Okay, cool. So, well fought, Simeon. Simeon. Gyro Ball should pick this one up, and that's going to be GG. So, yeah, good game. This team is really solid. I don't know. I got a bit lucky with Thunderbolt full para. But yeah, I don't know. That's the first episode, guys. So let me know like if you like this, if you like what you saw. This is a lot of fun, so I'll probably be doing it a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really like I said in the beginning. I really would like feedback. I'm definitely open to criticism and to suggestions. So yeah, shout out to Mama Glick for popping in and giving me information about the Ka. So yeah, I don't know. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know, and until next time, I will see you later.